Tonight I'm making one of my favorite old-fashioned variations. It's called the American Trilogy. It features apple brandy, rye whiskey, orange bitters, and in my version I use crown maple syrup. This is a bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup that gives it not only sweetness, but some oaky characteristics that you get from a good bourbon. Serve this on a big rock of ice in a tumbler, so I'm gonna go ahead and prepare that. Set that aside. In a mixing glass, I'll do a 1/4 ounce of the crown maple syrup. Next up, I use Regan's orange bitters, and I use the Japanese bitters dasher bottle for accuracy. So I like to be heavy-handed with the bitters, so I go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dashes from the Japanese bitters dasher bottle. Next is the apple brandy. I use Laird's Bottled and Bond apple brandy. I like this because it's a straight apple brandy. There's no other neutral grain spirits mixed in. So I'll do 1 ounce of apple brandy. And then I'll split that with rye whiskey. I'm using Rittenhouse Bottled and Bond. I like to use a 100 proof rye for this because the Laird's apple brandy is also 100 proof, so you want them to match. The other rye whiskey would be Old Overholt Bonded. So I'm gonna do also 1 ounce of this. We'll want to mix this with ice. As that's starting to dilute, I'll prepare my garnish. You can garnish this with a cinnamon stick. I usually prefer an orange swath, so I'll prepare an orange peel to get an orange twist. So just a nice peel here, trying not to get too much pith. And I'll start to stir. So it's not necessary to stir this all the way down because we're gonna serve this on the rock of ice. So just until you start to see the frost on the outside of the mixing glass. That's looking good right there. And we'll go ahead and strain that into our tumbler over ice. And finally, the garnish. So take our orange twist, give it a sharp fold over. Get a nice squirt there of the orange oils. Rub the outer peel around the rim and simply drop it in. There it is, American Trilogy.